Nolan, good to see you. Today we are talking through the 2 questions you need to answer before you retire. As you get closer to retirement, a lot of questions start popping up, but 2 stand out as the most important that you need to answer before you hand in your notice. So the first question, what single financial risk could make the biggest impact on your retirement?
Thanks, Erin. Great question. And this is something that we get into with everybody pretty much right off the bat, is longevity risk. It's
Yes.
it's the biggest risk for retirees. It's the unknown risk of what happens if I live too long, or what happens if I live a lot longer than I expect, and what costs may come associated with that, and how do I plan for that. So
Mhm.
that's longevity risk, living for a very, very long time, and the increased costs associated.
Right, known as the risk multiplier. Good point. So next question then, how can you eliminate the possibility of this risk ruining your retirement income?
Yeah, this risk can be avoided in a few different ways, but the most important way to avoid this longevity risk is by securing your income pretty early and from as many guaranteed sources as you can. Now, there's usually going to be a little bit of a toss and turn about when to claim Social Security, 62, 67, 70. I think every situation's a little bit different, but your primary goal as a retiree should be to identify what your income need is, fill that income need with as many guaranteed sources of income as you can, and then also to make sure that there's a portion of your portfolio that is designed for growth over time, because you do
Mm.
need both in your portfolio.
Right. Nolan, I know you specialize in this, but it seems overwhelming to create a retirement income plan when you don't know how long you're going to be retired. It has no known end date.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know, probably what we specialize in when we do retirement planning is this income planning. You have to factor in a whole bunch of different things with this cost of living expectation. You have to factor in inflation,
Oh,
healthcare,
yeah.
long-term care costs, all of which are ever increasing costs for retirees. But with a proper income plan, with good growth components built in, and with solid fundamentals and a good foundation, there shouldn't be too much risk or worry as long as you have the proper
Mm.
stones in place.
Mhm. And I know part of that process you have with clients is stress testing their portfolios and their income plans. What specifics go into stress testing that planning?
Well, stress testing is basically taking your situation and putting it through a variety of other scenarios to get an expected end result. The most common way that we usually do it is using what's called a Monte Carlo simulation, where basically we will take kind of what I referred to earlier, your total income need, your income from all sources, and then what your portfolio is responsible for over a 20 or 30-year time frame. That's what a stress test will do. So a Monte Carlo simulation, it runs you through 1,000 different scenarios, good markets, bad markets, and everything in between, and then gives you a probability of success on the other side of that scenario. So if you're ever curious about that, or if you do want to stress test your portfolio, you can do it with that tool. There's probably one or two other ones that we do use, but that's the primary.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Nolan, because if somebody would like to have their portfolio stress tested, or if they'd just like to talk through all of these variables that need to be accounted for in their retirement, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, they can call at 616-301-2581, or go to our website, which is cornerstone-rp.com. And there is a contact us box at the bottom of the page that you can fill out there.
Great. All right. Nolan, thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Erin.